Look, Israel is the only country in the world that the world does not allow it to choose its own capital. And, you know, America and Israel are good allies, so a lot of American people, not only the Christians there, but a lot of Americans feel it's only fair if we locate our embassy in the capital city of Jerusalem, and especially since the city means so much to us. It's 4,000-year-old history, it's in our Bibles, and Tel Aviv was created on the sand dunes 100 years ago, so you can't compare the two cities in that respect. And so in Washington, this has been an issue for 20, 30, 40 years. And the Congress, which represents the will of the people, they're voted every 2 years, especially the House of Representatives. They're voted into office, they make our laws. And the State Department, it sort of is separate. It doesn't answer to the people. Sometimes it doesn't even answer to the president. And it defines our national interests in different ways sometimes than the will of the people. And so there's always been this battle between the State Department that didn't want to move the embassy and Congress, which had a majority for decades that said we should move our embassy to Jerusalem as a gesture towards our ally Israel, because it's the right thing to do. And in 1995, we went from an annual, just a resolution of Congress, we think it's our sense we should move an embassy. We pushed for an actual law that would mandate the State Department to move their ambassador up to Jerusalem. And I drafted the first draft of that bill for senator, and it was introduced a few weeks later, and it was different than what we originally said. It made its way through Congress. It passed Congress, but there were things that were added into it as it went through our parliament that were different than what we originally asked for. We said recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Number 2, move the ambassador to Jerusalem. And then number 3, then worry about building a nice, prestigious and secure embassy building, which you could do. And now President Trump has based his decision to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. He's based it on that law from over 20 years ago, and it's happening in the very order that we first set out in our bill. Recognize Jerusalem, move the ambassador, and then worry about building a building.